Well, hello. I'm wearing a fez, as you see, in honor of our friend Ed the Armchair Piper. I want to talk to you today about some pipes I've recently received and acquired, and so on. And the first one I want to talk to you about, I received from my friend David, and it is, I'll make sure to get it right. Yes, Poole and Smythe, which I always want to pronounce Smith, just to rob their ancestor of his pretension. And it's a Magnum, made in London, England, shape number 845. Well, I did a bit of research, and there'll be a photo of it, but I want to show it off just a bit. My goodness, doesn't that look like a Dunhill red bark? There's a reason for that. Dunhill made these pipes for Poole and Smythe, and alas, their shop is long gone. But their pipes live on. I know David has a couple of these in his collection. I have this one. It is quite a good smoke. Now, I smoke a fair amount of slices. Well, you can't use this for slices. The configuration of the chamber is all wrong for it, but it's just great for loose cut tobacco, which is what Sir Richard is, my favorite blend, and my favorite because I made it back in the 1980s, before I ever came to be at the Gatlinburg here. But I brought the recipe with me, so it's available. I also received another pipe. This one, this beauty, from our friend, and I say our friend on purpose, Ron Smith. He doesn't do videos because he's busy making pipes, and now some very busy pipe makers do make videos, but he uses all of that time to make more pipes, I suppose, or to travel. He travels a lot, and he's invited me to go with him to the Chicago show, and part of me is champing at the bit to go to the Chicago show, and another part of me, my spine, is not champing at any bit at all. We shall see. This is a particularly beautiful pipe. I love the grain of it. I love a rainbow grain pipe. I love bird's eye on either side. It's just lovely all the way around. He offered, as my friend John and I were standing in his workshop, he offered to put the treatment, the coating, inside the bowl, and I said, don't bother. I have never noticed And this is just me. But I've never noticed it make a difference one way or the other. I don't care if it's there and I don't care if it's not. Very soon, all of that will be taken up with pipe ash and carbon. Anyway, this one is good for flake. Why? Well, the chamber's about so big around as my finger and about so deep, and that's the proper relationship for flake. The Poulin Smythe, shall we call it a P&S, is about this deep. Oh look, I've got some schmutz on my finger. And not quite so broad as that. And is much better for smoking loose cut tobaccos. And English would work. A burley blend like my own will work too. Now, from Keith Vermillion, God rest him, his estate. I keep selling those pipes, and I keep watching them go out the door. And finally, I could stand it no more, and I acquired this one. And yes, there's a white spot, and it is the Dunhill marked as such. It is a Dunhill Collector 001, which one finds on Dunhill Collectors. And made in England 18, which means 1978. That's the year I graduated from high school. And that is it. That is it. Except for some really lovely grain. And I don't know if you can quite make it out, but it really is beautifully straight. Oh, that's a better shot. Yes. Wonderfully straight grain. The pipe was, well, there's the inside. The pipe was refurbished by Tim West, famous in song and story. Fine man, and a very, very fine pipe artisan. There's not much about a pipe Tim West doesn't know. And what he doesn't know, I can't even imagine. But there might be something, for the sake of modesty, we will imagine it to be so. Not what the thing is, but that it exists. And simply for the sake of modesty. I have here, lastly, a tin of something really special with which I'm going to load that Dunhill pipe. And it's Mac Baron's Golden Extra. It is not vintage. It is just, oh gosh, when is it? June of 2022. So as of today, it's not a year old. it doesn't have to be. Not for me, not for the likes of me, good heavens, no. It's not that I don't appreciate such things, good heavens, yes. But appreciating something and having to have it are quite different. Maybe it would be good to think about that. It is a smell that brings back memories. Do you recall, because I do, and I know I've told you the story, this was the first tobacco I ever smoked. I tried telling that story to Harold Hallberg once, but he was distracted, so I smiled and moved on. Because that's what one does. Oh, boy, that smells really good. And here's the part where I love this part. Will I use the mush and squink method? Well, I'll use something like it. I'm not mushing. And I'm not squinking, for that matter. No, I'm using the 3-fill method. Is that what they call it? They ought. There we go. 1/2. I like calling it the Zeno method. Two-thirds. We'll just smooth that. Let's see, 1/2, 2/3, 3/4, 4/5, 5/6 et ad infinitum. Or we fill it up to the top. Put in a little extra. Gently but firmly mash the hell out of it. And then call that full. Why Zeno? Zeno was famous for his paradoxes. And one of them had a race between Achilles and a tortoise. And you should look it up. The first time I ever encountered one of Zeno's paradoxes was in a joke I had heard about a family that had George Washington's hatchet with which he had chopped down the cherry tree. Of course, they replaced the head twice and the haft 5 times, but it occupies the same relative space. When did it cease being George Washington's hatchet? Or did it never cease to be George Washington's hatchet? That's what one was left thinking about, and it was funny. I was just a boy when I heard that joke. And I did not know then that it was one of Zeno's paradoxes, the paradox of Theseus's ship. Well, I'll leave you to look up Zeno's paradoxes. Yes, this video came with homework. How nice. And I'm going to go outside and smoke this pipe and drink a cup of coffee and think about how lovely that sunshine is. Thanks for letting me waste a little of your time. Next time I'll waste it more pleasantly. Cheers.